Hi, my name is Julia M. Spencer. I'm a real estate advisor, investor, and your #1 source for real estate advice online. In today's video, we're going to talk about competition, research, and prices. And this video actually came about from a subscriber and also customer, somebody who purchased my ebooks in the past. His name is Jack Shepard. Thanks for asking that question, Jack. And first off, big apology that it took me forever to answer this. Just never had the right moment and my thoughts collected at the same time, and the last couple of weeks been kind of crazy. But I wanted to address your questions because you're actually local here in Georgia, and these are also good questions for other people that have checked out my ebooks and are listening to my YouTube channel. Let me just read the question and I'll answer it. So, hi Julia, I've been watching a ton of your videos. Looks like a great business. I live in Buckhead, Atlanta area. I do have a few questions. I don't know, but I would assume that the tax sales in Atlanta area could be very competitive. Do you have any suggestions what counties might be profitable, or do I need to go outside of the Atlanta area? All right, so here's my answer to that. And by the way, my dear listeners, if you're listening to this video, feel free to chime in, leave comments at the bottom of this video. You might be able to answer Jack's question here as well as I can. I'm going to leave my opinion, but we're looking for interaction here, so please leave your comments as well in areas that maybe you're familiar with. So the point is that a big area like Atlanta or other metropolitan cities is just going to have a lot of competition, and you're correct in that. I believe Fulton County, I've talked to a sale foreclosure investor from Fulton County one time, and he said you pretty much are running around with the big dogs. Unless you have really deep pockets, it's going to be very difficult for you to make a really good deal. What I always recommend is do go to other counties, adjacent counties around the Atlanta area. Don't go too far, because you want to be able, when you're starting off, to have a reasonable distance where you can find properties within a day's notice that you can drive there and check them out, because that's part of your initial due diligence. So don't go too far. I would just get a map out, go on the internet, type the county that you're in, and see every county that touches it and try all of them around it, and then do the next circle around it basically until you find ones that are profitable. Now in Georgia itself, I do a lot of my investing in, of course, in Chatham County here in Savannah where I live, but also in Bibb County and Houston County and Jones County around the Macon area. It's about an hour south of Atlanta, which is really good kind of distance to do like a day trip or a weekend trip to do some research. So that might be a good idea. But what I would recommend is that you do schedule yourself for several auctions, not just in the state of Georgia, but also in other states, online as well as in person. And a good number that I usually aim for is 6 auctions in the next 6 months or so. That's kind of like a good round number. Now, you're not going to be able to do, you could be able to do 6 auctions all in Georgia, but I would recommend to do part of them online and part of them in person. So schedule yourself for like 3 out of those 6 months to go to an auction somewhere in Georgia, and 3 online. Florida, for example, is coming up or is going on right now actually, and there's a couple other counties you can check out. South Carolina is a good one. You can go to over-the-counter tax sales. Also, their big sales usually are towards the end of the year, like October. So just schedule yourself for 6 of them and just see how they go. Make sure you attend a bunch in person, and a couple of them also check them out via online. So what else is the question? Oh, you asked me what counties might be profitable. I have no idea. And also it will change from month to month. For example, let me give you an example. Last month I went to the Chatham County tax sale here, and recently the trend has been right here in my county that people are starting to get wise to sale foreclosure investing. A lot of investors came in, a lot of regular people learned the process and just started showing up. So there's a lot of people with lots of money, institutional investors, construction company owners trying to snag some land here or there or some fixer-upper, and it's been kind of slow in terms of me being able to get anything. So my last purchase here in Chatham County was in December, I believe, and so from December through May I did nothing in my own county. But now all of a sudden last month, most of the big guys weren't there. Most of the small guys were scared, gun shy, just standing around looking, and most everything went for a minimum bid, and I got a bunch of good stuff. So the best way, what I can recommend is go to auctions. That's really the best advice. Go to auctions and just go there, check them out, and go to them repetitively, go to the same auction several times, and just learn and see what's going on. That's the best advice I can give you, because I can't tell you which ones are going to be more competitive. It depends on the time of the year, and depends on who shows up. It depends on which properties will be pulled and which ones are kept. It just depends. You just don't know until you actually go there. You really kind of have to do it in this case. So next question, let's see. In Georgia, I understand the first Tuesday of each month is a tax sale. How many days in advance of the auction day do you do the research on the upcoming properties? And how long does it take to do the actual research? Alright, so for me, it doesn't take very long at all. And I don't typically do it, like if the auction is on the Tuesday, I don't look at the list until like a week ahead of time. And sometimes a couple days ahead of time when I'm really lazy. But the thing is that I kind of have to gauge how much money I actually can spend that month. So if my amount is very minimum, then I don't even bother looking at a lot of them. I only look at the ones that are in my price range. So that eliminates a whole bunch off the top, which eliminates my research time significantly. So if there's maybe 20 properties, only 3 of them are in the $1,500 range, which is all I want to spend this time, then that's the only 3 I have to research. The other ones I'm not interested in. If you have, the more money you have, the more money you want to spend, the longer your research is going to be. And of course, other variables, like if you're investing other people's money, you're going to be extra careful. Of course, I am, because you're spending other people's money, not your own. It's extra diligence is required, because you're responsible for their money. So for me, it takes maximum a week ahead of time, minimum about 3 days, and hour-wise, somewhere between 8 to 20 hours for each sale. That's probably a good estimate. So what's the average cost you normally pay for a tax lien? I have never paid more than $4,500 for a tax lien for any one parcel. That's the maximum amount I've ever paid, and I've only paid that once, and it was a long time ago. On average, cost $1,500, about $1,500. Yeah, it's probably between 50. Well, I'd say maybe between 1,000 and 3,000. 3,500 is about going under 4,000. So between 1,000 and 4,000, that's about the range that I usually go for. And at a property, I would buy at the most 2 to 3. That is for Georgia, for my county. That's very, very local information. It could be different where you are. And also, if you are investing online and you buy liens online, like Florida, they're much cheaper. They're like $100 a pop, so you can, of course, drop a lot more money on a lot more parcels. So again, information that I'm giving now is local for Georgia, is local for Chatham County. Could be completely different for Atlanta area, of course. And you just have to adjust and see how it goes. And you took advantage of my recent audiobook sale. Yay! Good for you. And I saw that. Thank you very much. And by the way, dear listeners, if you want to take advantage of any of my future sales, make sure you subscribe to my newsletter. It's on my website. It's at the bottom of this video. Just subscribe. It's free to subscribe. I send coupons and offers sometimes. You can ask me questions just like this. Unfortunately, it takes me sometimes a little while to respond, but I do get to the questions. And yeah, send me more questions, and feel free to chime in and give more information to Jack here, or any other comments that you want to give. And yeah, I hope to see you investing very successfully very soon. Oh yeah, check out my radio show too. It's on Wednesdays at noon. You can stream it online, wruu.org. It's called Real Estate Real Talk with Julia M. Spencer. Yeah, subscribe, check out my ebooks, leave comments, and I hope I see you investing very successfully soon. Have a great day.
For your free guide to real estate investing, visit juliamspencer.com.